My name is Evan Harrington. Why did that happen? What is this? What is the diabolical science plan here? And he goes, it's Buffalo Pepsi. You want to try some? Look at him like, Buffalo Pepsi? I was like, look at him like, there's different flavors?
The biggest Jags fan of all time, Justin Bachman. To be biased, but Duval.
I'm your host, Frank the Tank Lopez. I'm ready to fight a kid if it happens. If one kid says one dumb thing tomorrow about Baker Mayfield or anything, I'm punching a kid. Boom!
Mr. Brotherly Love here, Chris Giacobello. I know how to turn the mics on, Dan.
That's a good thing to know.
We got it. Progress.
My name's Dan Dale, a.k.a. Double D.
You're quiet. I can barely hear you.
Why am I quiet? Why am I quiet?
Dan, you're quiet.
How am I ever quiet?
Here is The Blitz on 91.3 FM.
Live here from Buffalo State University.
Welcome into The Blitz on 91.3 FM. WBMY Buffalo, Buffalo's original alternative since 1982. Brought to you by the Buffalo State Student Activity Fee. My name is Dan Dale, also known as Double D. And man, if you ain't in a relationship, it ain't Valentine's Day. It's just another single Wednesday. I'm joined by three wonderful people in Studio A with me, right next to me, Chris Giacobello.
Yeah. You know how it be.
You just broke my eardrums. Hello.
It's a great day. It's a lovely day. It's Champions League.
Yeah.
Champions League day.
Not even about your girlfriend. Nope.
Shout out my girlfriend, though. It's
I had to
Valentine's Day,
push
though.
you for that. Mr. Duval himself, Justin Bachman.
Oh, you might want to turn me down for this one, Dan.
Oh, jeez.
Duval! Welcome back to the Blitz, ladies and gentlemen. It is Valentine's Day. Shout out to my girlfriend. Happy Valentine's Day.
And last but not least, the very first lady of the Blitz, Emma Nosby.
Hello. Shout out to my dog. Happy Valentine's Day, buddy.
I feel like whenever I'm now going to say first lady of the Blitz, I need a presidential music.
Like, I would love that. Love the fanfare.
Really? You know...
you know, that's really cool. I never knew that I was, like, quote-unquote making history, but...
yeah, you were.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's super cool.
You had no idea.
No, I did not.
And Frank just threw you into producing.
He did. I apologize for Monday's episode if it was a hot mess.
You actually did fine.
Okay.
I blame Frank.
Yeah, Frank's not here today.
That's why.
So,
that's why he's not here.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out Frank for not being here. Just kidding. We miss you, Frank.
Here, we're gonna need this every time. I have to intro Emma.
Not every time.
Not every time?
Not every time.
Fine. Oh, jeez. This is the first. Okay, we're getting right into this. All right. Valentine's Day.
Whoop-de-doo.
People with relationships, another day you gotta buy your significant other presents and spend more money. And for single people, it's another day to be like, dang, I'm single, and at least I have my dog.
Yes, me.
Shout out.
Agreed.
Shout out.
But the only other funny thing that happens this day
Are the funny memes.
The funny Valentine's cards. Like that every team does, which, granted, smart promotional idea.
Indeed.
But they're so freaking corny.
I don't know, man.
They're so corny.
I don't know, man. I always send one out every year to my family. The Bills ones.
Okay, let's just go over some of the Sabres ones.
Oh, my God.
This is with Jordan Greenway. The grass is always greener with you by my side.
Ha.
I just showed Dan this one of Kadarius Toney in a heart, and it says, I'd drop anything for you.
No way. That is fantastic.
And then Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, or also known as Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. It just says, you're my number one. Short and sweet. Jeff Skinner, there's not a star in heaven we can't reach.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
And then Zach Benson, you are exactly what I needed.
Oh, like the different spelling. Okay, I got it now.
Yeah, the different spelling is in play there. But
Hey, in case y'all didn't know, you can't spell Duval without you.
oh my god.
How long have you been holding on to that, Justin?
Ever since I just looked at it about 3.26 seconds ago.
Look,
Amazing.
I love the ones that fans make because they're just so much better.
Yes.
I found one for Nathan Peterman.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes, please.
Roses are red.
Jesus.
Violets are blue. Here's an interception just for you.
Aw, thank
Fantastic.
you.
There's even some better ones. This is with Connor Clifton, and this is not made by the Sabres. Just to make that clear before we get any questions about it. You make me want to jump off a cliff.
Oh.
What?
That is with Connor Clifton about the Sabres. That is a fan-made one.
Here's one with James Bradbury.
Oh, jeez.
I'll hold you when it matters most.
That's so classic.
That is so true.
What was it a whole?
You know, it's just really a weird day. It really is.
My
At
favorite.
least in my eyes.
I'm currently looking at NFL memes, Valentine's cards, sizes and everything, and it's just Bryce Young and Kyler Murray, but it's only their heads.
That's so
The
funny.
headshot. Dallas Cowboys. Sorry I didn't get you a gift this year, but remember that gift I got you 28 years ago?
So true. So true. Oh, geez. There's a whole... Oh, yeah. I see what you're looking at now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd release 138 tons of carbon emissions to be with you.
Oh my.
Oh,
Taylor
no.
Swift. Oh, my God. Kyle Shanahan. Are you a double-digit lead in a Super Bowl? Because I want to blow you.
Oh, no.
Oh, freaking Tony Romo.
Amazing.
Tony Romo. We all love him. Oh, I don't know, Jim. Should she be my Valentine?
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
No way.
I want to say the Sean McDermott one so bad.
Oh, my God.
I want to hijack your heart.
No.
And then there's even
God,
a Tyler Bass one right underneath it.
Dan
don't
Campbell,
even
we should
wanna
just go
know.
for it.
Yeah. And then Tyler Bass. I wouldn't miss any opportunity to be with you. It just feels right.
Oh. Too soon?
I sent my
Still
little
too soon?
sister.
Definitely not
I
too
sent
soon.
my little sister the Dalton
Definitely
Kincaid
not.
one that goes, I'd do anything for you. If y'all saw the mic'd up that Dalton Kincaid did against the Jets, he blocked those people and and he reacted with, I was just like, dude. And I'm like, okay. And that just became a thing, I guess.
And then Emma, you even sent one to our group chat. saying-
Non-sports related.
Not sports related at all, but saying if we die on the 13th, at least we'll get flowers on the 14th.
Okay,
mean-
but what's the best
big
part? What's the
brains.
best part? What's the best part about that Valentine image?
Oh, it's just Sonic with his thumbs up. Just like, yeah.
I have plenty more
It's
where
a
that
must
came from.
now.
It's funny.
I even got one for the refs, NFL refs. I'd screw you harder than any team facing the Chiefs.
Ah!
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Are they hinting
mean-
at something there?
Is there any other good ones? I'm just looking. I'm not really seeing. I'm all seeing like the same like repeated ones.
Oh,
Just
yeah. I mean,
reposted. But hey, at least we know that's good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Tua.
You know what was really good last night?
We missed Tua, though.
Oh,
we
Tua.
gotta do the last one, Tua.
Tua Tangus Pangus.
You intercepted my heart.
Aw, that's what I do.
No way.
But last night was amazing.
It's the goat heads, baby.
It seemed like magic was back for a couple of hours against the LA Kings. And oh my God, did I love every second of it. It actually made me a positive Sabres fan.
How classic. What does that put you
So
on?
we're not firing
What does that put
Granado?
you?
No, we're still doing that. But I mean, in positive in sense of, hey, maybe we don't suck as much as we thought.
What does that put you at though? Like 3 and 126 or something like that?
Like, what do you mean?
Your record is it
Oh,
3?
That's terrible.
Wow.
What are we in
that's probably
baseball?
true. I mean,
That's
dude,
a baseball record.
you should just go 0-13
Imagine.
for playoff appearances.
Yeah,
In the-
I mean,
Wasn't there a football coach who went like 0-9 with the Bengals? In the
you mean
playoffs?
Marvin?
What's his
Marvin
name?
Lewis?
That guy.
No, Marvin Lewis only made the playoffs once with Andy Dalton, and he went.
Oh, it was
0-1
that famous.
Okay, but he
Steelers
was
game.
like, I don't know. He had an 0-9 record
in the playoffs.
I could have sworn.
That sucks.
I gotta look at
It's
it.
definitely not Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis was a terrible head coach. And the Bengals weren't very good in the 2000s. And they went to the Super Bowl in the 90s, so it couldn't have been then.
I need to investigate.
Go ahead, do your investigation.
While we're investigating, let's talk some stats about the Sabres
Yeah,
while
sure.
we're here.
Go right ahead.
I mean, leading scorer is Jordan Greenway with 2 goals. And then with 1 goal is Zach Benson, Kyle Okposo, JJ Paterka, Alex Tuck, and Rasmus Dahlin. And
Chris?
that made the lucky 7.
What's up,
Chris,
buddy?
you scored last night? That's awesome.
Yeah,
I know. Apparently,
Yes,
I was in
Chris.
KeyBank
Chris
Stadium.
Giacobello, man.
Pretty solid.
That's why I couldn't text back in the group chat. I was out on the ice. You know?
NHL doesn't allow
I
you
Makes
just
to
sense.
gotta
go
put
on.
that out there. I wasn't ignoring you guys. I was just out in the ice.
You can't be.
I was hoping the Sabres win. You know.
You can't be
Right, yeah.
on the phone when you're on the bench. Can't be twiddling your thumbs on the bench.
I mean, I could.
You
but,
could.
You know.
I mean,
I was
that
looking
was
out for the
such-
team.
That was such a pretty goal from you too, Chris.
I was so confused. I was like, "Wait, what's going on right now?" And then I went to my ESPN app. I was like, "Oh, the Sabres are playing."
Yeah,
I was
Alex
like, "That
Tuck
makes
scored.
sense."
Yeah, there you go. Because
I'm
there's-
never gonna live that down. Ever since
Look,
ever since
Depot
Depot
first
said
called
it.
you that, and
Now
then
it just
we
sta-
all
now it's
saw
stuck.
it. And then Tanner, when he came in for the 24-hour special, said the exact same thing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that's just gonna stick with you forever.
now I'm just Alex Tuck.
Now
You
you
are.
are indeed just Alex Tuck.
I'm never myself. I'm always someone else.
That's okay. You're Alex
Okay.
Tuck. I'm Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
Dan is somebody, and
That's somebody.
and
somebody.
Emma
Great.
is also somebody. I'm sure we'll find something someday.
We'll
You
find,
know what,
we'll find
Justin?
someone who looks. We'll find an
give
athlete who
me-
looks just
You
like.
give me a Targaryen vibe.
Oh yeah, do I?
Yeah.
Oh, this
any
can
Game
be
of
outside of
Thrones
sports.
out
It could
there.
just be anybody who looks like anybody.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I mean the Sabres winning in go aheads. What a sight to see.
A touchdown and an extra point. We love to see it. 7 goals, baby.
I mean, it's especially funny because the Sabres just killed them this year. I mean, 5-3 versus the Kings earlier in January, and then now you have this 7-0 win, and you're just like, I love life. I love life. I'm actually
It's great to be
enjoying
a Sabres fan right now.
Oh my goodness!
But it's funny that they actually like took out their goalie. I'm like, when's the last time that happened?
For the
like-
first time in
Right.
forever.
Aw.
And then Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Yeah, I was about to
Ukko-Pekka
say.
Oh, is he in goal?
Luukkonen?
Uka.
He got another
Ukko-Pekka
shutout. Greatest Sabre goalie of all time.
Luukkonen. No,
I'm just kidding.
don't you dare disrespect Ryan Miller.
Yeah,
like that.
literally.
Don't you dare. You can
I
say
remember
that over
watching the
Dominic
Sabres
Hasek.
with
Don't
Ryan
you dare
Miller.
say Ryan Miller.
Don't you double dog.
His overall save percentage for this season is .913.
Fun fact, that's why my dad gave me my middle name, because of Dominic Hasek.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is
That
your
is a
middle,
fun
is your
fact.
middle name Hasek or is
No,
it Dominic?
it's Dominic.
Had to figure which part of the
Not
name.
Hasek.
That would be a different middle name.
Yeah, I really would.
Chris Topper, Hassellick,
Hasselback.
Hasselback,
Hasselhoff.
Giacobello.
But the Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen saved 33 shots. I mean,
What a goat.
the
Brother-
Sabres actually scored on a power play.
Brother, how are you, hang on. Shout out to him for blocking that many shots and
Shout
saving that many shots. Brother, how do you lit up 33 shot attempts and that? Is that not
I would
outrageous?
also like you to
Where
know,
is your
Didn't the
defense?
Yeah, it's quite
Sabres
outrageous.
have like a 40 game?
guys, you haven't even got it. It should be 58. There were 25 block shots.
Oh my god.
Oh,
so
so that
shots
didn't
that
even,
never
like-
even reached Luukkonen.
No
hit the
way.
defenseman.
So if you took the total team shots, there's probably a total team shot of like 60 or 70 for the Kings.
Oh my god!
I'm looking at the stats though,
They
and the
didn't make-
Kings only had 5 shots on goal in the first period.
Yeah, because they suck.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, now, wait a damn minute. That
And then the Sabres goes
Look,
9-8-7.
7-0.
that just don't add up. They had 5 shots in the first period, and you're telling me they totaled another 53 before the end of the game?
Well, these are shots on goal.
Shots on goal.
Oh, okay, shots
Yeah,
on goal.
shots
okay,
on goal.
all right, that kind of adds up a little bit more, but still.
Sabres had 25 blocked shots. Shout out to that defense.
I mean, the
For
main,
the first time in forever.
I will say the one I think the Sabres found what they needed to find.
Oh yeah, what's that?
And who was it? Who was it? He was sitting on the bench the whole time. He was up watching the games almost the whole season.
Was it the mascot?
No.
Alex
It's not
Tuck?
Sabretooth. No, it's not Alex Tuck.
The mascot.
Chris Jacobello.
It's not Chris Jacobello.
Oh, it's gotta be.
I wish I was making that NHL money.
Jacob
That'd be nice.
Bryson.
that?
Yeah.
Jacob Bryson is the Sabres' 7th defenseman while everybody's healthy.
Explain in NFL terms.
He's
Yes,
like
please.
the 53rd man on a 53-man team.
Okay.
Mm.
So he just barely made it.
Yeah, he's just there.
He's just there to fill a roster spot.
Exactly.
How classic.
I'm here so I don't get fined.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Shout out Marshawn.
Did you see that video of Marshawn asking going up to 49ers fans? He's just like, "Are you 49ers fan?" And they say, "Yeah," and he says, "Yeah, I can't say it on the radio, obviously."
We're waiting
Don't
to
wanna
get
get
anticipation, Chris.
Don't want to get bleeped out.
He says explicit.
Explicit.
Oh my god. But
What a character he is.
Gotta love Marshawn.
I always forget
I
he
love
was a
Marshawn.
Bill. I always forget he was drafted by the Bills.
I mean,
Yeah.
He was pretty
He
solid
hated
for the
it.
Bills too.
yes,
he hated it though.
he did.
He thought
How
it
could
was
you
new-
hate Buffalo?
I
Well,
I could list a plentiful amount of reasons
Look,
why you
it's
could
funny,
hate
Chris.
Buffalo.
You say that. you
Mr.
Wow,
Florida
Justin.
man talking.
wow.
Listen, brother, I can't walk outside. Yeah, listen, right? If I was back in the motherland,
Motherland.
you know what I'm talking about.
Motherland.
If I was back there, I would be able to walk outside in a t-shirt and not freeze in February. It'd be a great time. I tried to
true.
walk out of my dorm room and I felt that wind cut through every single piece of clothing I had on, and I ran back inside and put on a jacket and a sweatshirt.
Well, it's
Was
also
not
like 30
happy.
degrees outside right now.
I also don't look at the weather. I'm not used to having to look at the weather.
Well, now you have to. When you're
Now I
yeah,
have
you
to.
Have to.
Now I have to. It was hailing yesterday for a solid 4 minutes.
Yes,
That's a
It
fun
was
fact.
snowing where I lived. Or, yeah. I don't even know how to word it no more. I'm just tired.
English.
I don't know how to English.
English, please.
English, por favor.
But what's funny about Jacob Bryson though is that
Haha.
he has played. I mean, he is pretty funny in the sense.
Jokes.
Is that he is undefeated when he plays. The Sabres are undefeated when he plays.
That's a knee
They are
slapper.
6-0, and every time he has played, they have an average score of 5 goals.
So why are they keeping this man on?
He's literally,
me. I
he's
don't know.
literally
in
the lucky charm.
stands?
No
Quite
way.
literally.
That's wild.
It is, and I don't know why Mr. Don Granato didn't catch on that sooner. But maybe it's working now. It's actually giving me so much hope that when we start talking about tomorrow's game in about a couple of minutes, I'm actually going to be positive.
No way.
I want to see a
I'm not
Sabres
going to
dub.
just say they're going to lose. And I have nobody here because Mr. Florida Panther man himself is not here to dispute terms with me.
Frank,
my-
the
oh,
one
wait a
show
minute.
that you
He's
decide
scared.
to not be
He
Wait
quite
a
literally
minute.
should be
He's scared. That's why he didn't want to
I
come.
did say in the group chat, you should the Panthers should be scared. And they sent a picture to Chuck on a $100 bill.
Yeah,
And
you
then
did.
I sent Rasmus Dahlin with the money gun. And I'm like, dude, Rasmus Dahlin does not care.
Oh, the Panthers are playing tonight.
Yeah,
too.
they are.
Yeah,
It's a doubleheader, which is even better. Well, talking about the Sabres look, I mean, that is what you want. Florida coming off another game, coming from Pittsburgh to here.
Yeah.
Great. I'm so happy.
I mean,
Possible chance to catch up to the Canadians.
I was about
Only
to
2
say.
points behind.
I was about to say
Yeah.
you want to strike fear into the hearts of Panthers fans, and yet you have what? How many wins on the season?
Yeah,
Sorry.
they're literally they have
Sorry.
33-15 record for the Panthers. They're second in the Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference, and the Sabres are second to last with 23-25 record.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, which means they should be scared.
Yeah, brother, you might strike the fear into the heart of a toddler with that record. But this is a professional hockey team that's riding quite the high, especially if they beat Pittsburgh tonight, riding that high into KeyBank. Brother, good luck.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on to your hats,
Well,
ladies
it's
and
funny,
gentlemen.
that conversation between me and Frank did not end. He then sends to Chuck as Jesus. Yes. And then I sent Jordan Greenway eating popcorn.
Classic.
No,
And
I
then
want popcorn.
Emma goes, guys, the inventor of Pop-Tarts just died.
He did. Rest in peace. Oh my God.
Quite literally broke up the conversation and just went, Pop-Tart man,
Listen,
dead.
I was scrolling through Twitter when y'all were talking. I'm like, they're just doing their trash talk. Like, I'm just going to ignore it. And then all of a sudden, the first thing on my feed was the inventor of Pop-Tarts died at the age of 96. And Pop-Tarts are so good, man.
Gone too soon.
Brother, I
it
better.
ruined the whole mood because me and Frank just didn't go, I go, what? No. Frank goes, no, lie. Like,
William Post. Bill, he goes by Bill. Bill Post. That's the inventor of the Pop-Tarts. And,
You know what's so funny?
honestly, the Pop-Tarts Bowl was probably the best way to send this man out.
You know would be fantastic? You know those.
What would be fantastic?
You know those Pop-Tarts bites?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
You know if they put like rest in pieces on the box?
Oh my God.
Justin, too soon, man. Shut up! My God.
A fellow
Brother-
dark humor.
You have taken Tanner Saunders' spot of dark humor, haven't you?
That's so good.
I mean, you basically just did a Tanner Saunders right
Rest-
there.
Rest in absolute delectable frosted pieces.
Dude, Pop-Tarts are so good. What's your favorite Pop-Tarts flavor? I'll start.
Oh,
I love a
geez.
good old-fashioned basic strawberry.
Gosh, I have to look at the flavors now.
Yeah,
I
that's
am
what I'm
basic.
Gosh, have some flavor in your life. I'll tell you what the best one is. Brown sugar cinnamon. I don't care.
That's
I
even more
don't
basic.
care.
That
Nope.
is basic.
Nope.
Dude,
Definitely
that's
not.
like the one always at the supermarket.
Hang on.
Come
Ready? You grab the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart, you toast it, and then you lather the back of it in peanut butter. Oh,
I love
my
peanut butter.
gosh.
Hot fudge sundae.
Ooh.
I have to keep
Bussin'.
looking.
Who's seen the TikTok?
That or the s'mores.
Who's seen the TikTok of the guy getting
Classic.
real defensive about the 2004 Spider-Man Pop-Tarts for the Spider-Man movie?
You know what? I'll do the frosted chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts.
That was.
Good choice. Good choice.
Those are good.
Solid.
And I really don't think Pop-Tarts do chocolate justice. Really, I never enjoyed a chocolate anything Pop-Tart.
This
But-
is making me hungry by just looking at them.
I know,
it's
now
not
I'm-
good.
We do have
Now I need
Pop-Tarts
food.
in the vending machine outside
I'd,
of the studio.
Why
we don't
are
have
you
any
tempting me
toaster.
with
Where the
food?
toasters at?
I'd be damned.
Okay, but
Show
do you
me
like them?
where a toaster is.
Do you like them toasted, or do you just eat them straight up in the
I need
package?
it
I do
toasted.
straight up.
If you,
I need it toasted.
All right, there is one flavor that you can eat them straight out the package, and it's strawberry.
Yes.
If you're not toasting the other ones, you are
You're a psychopath.
nuts. You're crazy.
Don't talk
Well,
to me.
okay, I guess I'm a psychopath.
Psychopath.
I guess I'm a psychopath.
Get off the producing stand.
You
Ladies
have
and
no-
gentlemen, now
He's gonna be out.
You have no power here.
God,
You have no power.
he just
Justin
shut
literally
off your
shut
mic.
off. Like Justin's mic is literally shut off. Dan is like, I'm the producer.
Hey, I'm
Look at
back.
me. Look at me.
Hey, how
Look
we
at me.
doing?
I am the captain now.
How we doing? Anyway,
Breaking news in the NFL, though.
Whoa.
Yes,
breaking news.
indeed.
Breaking news.
if he's about to say what I think he's about to say.
I think we on the same wavelength. But Steve Spagnuolo
Yes.
is
Oh,
getting
yes,
a
yes.
contract extension.
Not only that,
As he should.
but Commanders hiring Lions senior director Lance Newmark as assistant GM.
Yeah.
That's a
It's a
big
dumpster fire.
It's a big move.
The
It is
Commanders also
funny.
hired Anthony Lynn on their offensive staff.
That was
Isn't that an ex-Bill?
that was different. I was like,
Ex-Bill?
wow.
Question mark? Not like a coach, right?
No, I think
Anthony Lynn?
Yeah.
He was
Wasn't
the
on the
coach for
coaching?
the Chargers.
Yeah,
he
no,
was
he
the
was
coach
he
for
was
the
the
Bills
Chargers
for one game.
coach.
For one game.
One game, and that was when Rex Ryan left early.
Yeah, he was
So
the
he was the
Chargers
intern?
coach for.
Was he the interim for just a
Yeah,
game?
he
then?
was an interim head coach
Okay.
for one game.
I know why that name sounds familiar.
I think he was the Chargers coach as soon as LT left. I think LT retired, and then Anthony Lynn took the Chargers head coaching spot, if I'm not mistaken. It might have
Yes,
been
and then the year that they were on Hard Knocks with the LA Rams, why I believe there was a Hard Knocks curse, that year Anthony Lynn got fired after the season.
I mean, granted, he didn't really know how to coach. I mean, no offense to him, but he really didn't. I mean, he was not good at time management at all. Like, I know it is hard to be good at time management. I mean, we still have those talks every day of like, oh, this guy took a timeout at this point. It was stupid.
Yeah, if
But it
Sean
felt
McDermott knew how to work a clock.
But it felt like Anthony Lynn was like the biggest like idiot when it came to clock management.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's why the Chargers were so bad. When
I
he was
mean,
there.
that's when the Charger, like the word, the Chargers are going to Charger.
That's when
Like,
that,
that's when
became,
that
yeah.
became a thing.
Yep. Poor Phillip Rivers, man. Poor Phillip.
I know.
And all of his
kids.
All of his
All of
20,
his, like,
27 children.
Yeah. He can have a
He can
full
start,
football
yeah.
team.
Full offense or defensive side.
I want a roster filled out cover to cover with the last name Rivers, and Phillip's going to be a big part of it. Phillip's going to be the head coach.
Does anybody know what the details are in Spagnuolo's contract extension?
No, they did not come out.
Okay.
But it is. I mean, they're doing the parade right now. What is he just drinking beer and signing contracts?
Oh, brother, I'd do the same. Imagine.
Honestly, that would be wild.
Imagine hammered, can't read the fine print. It's like, oh, you get this much money, and then in the fine print, it's like you don't actually get this
You
much
get
money.
$1 every season.
You get $1 a season for the next 240 seasons, and Steve's like, oh yeah, let me get on that.
That sounds perfect.
Let me put my signature down.
My John Hancock.
My John Hancock, indeed.
Other coaching news, I'm just reading through NFL.com. The Buccaneers officially hired Thomas McGaughey as their special teams coordinator, and he served that previous role, that same position previously with the New York Giants. I wonder how Frank feels about that.
Ugh.
Yeah, Frank, how about you tell us?
Yeah, Frank, what are your thoughts on that?
Somebody hold the
Where is
microphone.
he?
Somebody hold the microphone up to the sky.
Imagine him texting us in the group chat right now. He's listening to the show.
Oh, he probably is.
Well, it's
Hi,
funny.
Frank.
When I said, Justin, when I said you were Tanner Saunders, I got a message on my screen saying text from Tanner Saunders. I said, this is
Are
a
you
sign.
serious?
Yeah. Like, if you saw me for the 1 second, I went nuts. I was like, Tanner just texted me. And I'm like, okay, the world's about to explode.
No way.
And then roster
But it
cut
didn't
news.
explode.
The Cincinnati Bengals have officially released quarterback A.J. McCarron.
Joe Burrow? No.
A.J. McCarron.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's a free agent.
Well, I mean,
Imagine.
Joey AJ McCarron's been in the league for
Ever.
I think no,
And he hasn't
No.
even
No.
started?
I think he got drafted in
So-
2019.
Is that the Alabama?
I think if
No,
I remember,
please hold. I'm looking this up.
if I remember correctly, AJ McCarron's timeline was that he was backup to Andy Dalton. That he never
Was
went
he?
anywhere with Cincinnati. Then he came to Buffalo
Yep.
for
Yeah.
the starting job.
28.
Then
The starting job.
he was a starter for a little bit before he said, I don't want to work with Josh Allen. Then he left, or they cut him
How
because
classic.
of the bad fit. Then I don't think he went anywhere. Then when the XFL or USFL started up, he went to one of those 8 teams or 16 teams, how many teams there were at the time. I think he was with the St. Louis Battlehawks. Then they almost won the championship. And then he got re-signed because of Burrow getting hurt this year. with
Okay,
the
to
Bengals.
answer your question, Justin, he was drafted in 2014
2014.
Jeez.
That makes more sense.
by the Bengals.
Yeah, I think because that's
10 years ago.
that's a few
10
years.
years ago.
That's a
Jesus
few
Christ.
years after
Yeah.
Dalton,
Insane.
because they were trying to find a replacement for Dalton. Then he had that 2015 season.
And he popped off.
Popped off. Andy, gotta love him. Gotta love the Red Rifle.
Red Rocket.
You mentioned the USFL
No,
and whatever.
no, not the Red Rocket. You choose your words carefully over there, Mr. Chris Toppa.
Chris Jacobello.
It's the Red Rifle. Andy Dalton.
I give him my
Red
own nickname.
Rocket.
Dan, you mentioned the USFL, XFL, whatever. The new merger,
The UFL.
the UFL,
The UFL.
the Birmingham whatever team, Stallions, I think it is, or whatever. Quarterback Matt Corral just
Oh,
got
yeah.
signed there.
Gotta love
I
Matt
feel
Corral.
so bad for him.
What happened? Like, I was
He
so
was
confused.
He was such a
He didn't get
high
an opportunity?
prospect. Yeah,
No,
he
he
never
just got no. The thing was like he like left the Patriots or something like that out of like
No. He was drafted by
Carolina.
the Panthers.
Yeah, I knew that.
Left or got cut by the Panthers,
Yep.
signed to the Patriots, got
Yep.
cut by the Patriots, and hasn't gone anywhere.
But
since.
they haven't really given a reason. Everyone was saying that there's something more personal than just the fact of he just didn't have an opportunity.
Maybe he's just
I don't know.
a terrible person.
Same with
Yeah,
Stetson
maybe.
Bennett. I'm like so curious as what the heck has happened to him.
Stetson Bennett got drafted at the age of like
20, like
at the age of
Yeah,
like
but then
52.
Yeah, but then he left the Rams under quote unquote personal circumstances.
He
and-
probably didn't want to be a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say that, or there were some people saying that he like had this like drug phase or whatever. But that's just me.
Well, I mean,
That's just I'm hearing.
whatever.
What are
Allegedly.
drugs?
Congratulations, Buck.
Allegedly.
Congratulations, Buck. You're 28 and you already look like you're 42. Might as
Oh,
well just
geez.
add to it. I got a question.
Wait,
Looking
I may have an
through
answer.
looking through possible free agents here, I do see a lot of guys that are definitely going to get re-signed, such as Baker and the Jags, Josh Allen, and I think the Seahawks retain Leonard Williams. But one guy who I don't think gets retained, maybe I'm wrong, but your guys' opinion is what I need. Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
Is
That's
he
going to be a tricky one.
is he a Minnesota Viking next year?
it's so weird because Justin Jefferson has come out and said that he wants to play with Kirk Cousins and he wants to know what the whole situation is with the quarterback position before he signs a major contract extension with the Vikings. He loves Kirky, so
You gotta love Kirko.
you got to
Big
think
Kirko.
about outside circumstances.
I'll be honest. If I'm the Vikings, nope.
You're not re-signing Cousins?
No, and I'll tell you why. What has he done?
Who's out there?
Who is out there?
I mean,
For the Vikings,
Okay.
if we are looking at
Well,
top
I mean, you also got
quarterbacks-
to look at the draft. I mean, the Vikings pick in the teens, and a guy like J.J. McCarthy, a guy like Bo Nix, a guy like if you want to take a shot on Michael Penix, who's a crazy athlete, these guys are gonna fall into the teens. I mean, there are the obvious top picks like obviously Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels is going to get drafted high just because he won the Heisman, even though I don't agree with it. But that's a conversation for another day. J.J. McCarthy, that's a big pickup, and I think he is like on the caliber of Kirk Cousins right now, and he's significantly younger than Kirk Cousins.
See, but I still think J.J. McCarthy's going to get drafted in the second or third round.
J.J. McCarthy will go round one.
In my opinion, he's not round
after
one.
the Senior Bowl, J.J. McCarthy's going round one. I promise.
Marvel say he's going top 3.
I don't know about that,
And I was like, wow.
but no, he's going round one. I think it's either the middle or the back end. Maybe he falls to the top of the second, but I think he goes round one. But yeah, no, if I'm the Vikings, I'm not retaining Kirk Cousins just because he's like, I love Kirk Cousins. He's a stat padding machine. The brother can't win in the playoffs. He can't beat good teams, and we've proven that time and time again. The Vikings had 13 wins just a year ago with a negative point differential. You know how impossibly hard that is to do?
well, all those games they won were like one
Yes,
possession
and all the games that they lost, they got blown out.
But is that really the offense's fault or the defense's fault? Because
Or is that coaching?
Well, even then,
wasn't the games one of the games they lost the biggest comeback during the regular season?
no, that was the
that
game. That was one of the games they won. They beat the Colts.
Or that's
Yeah.
right. They came back against the
but-
Colts. I forgot who won that game.
But no, you also
many
got to look at it
games.
like this. Look at what Case Keenum did for the Vikings in 2017 with
he had that run.
with a worse offense,
I mean, he did have Stephon Diggs.
with a worse offense and maybe a tiny bit better of a defense. And
he had
Kirk
a
Cousins,
pretty good offense.
Kirk Cousins was in the championship
Case
game.
Keenum had a pretty good offense.
Case Keenum was in the championship game. Kirk
Case-
Cousins has not and
Who
hasn't
did he get
shown the
blown out
ability
to
to.
in that championship game?
Yeah, I
Eagles,
mean,
yeah.
I mean Nick Foles.
I mean, Case Keenum had a pretty good squad around him when you think about it. Delvin Cook, Adam Thielen in his prime.
He has Stephon Diggs
And
there
Stephon
too.
Diggs.
Okay,
Young.
all right.
I mean, those are
And,
big names.
You're gonna tell me you'd take that core
and Kyle Rudolph while he was still.
Kyle Rudolph.
At the end of his-
Kyle Rudolph was the year he got cut
Was
at
that
the end
year
of the
he got
season.
cut?
Yes. But okay, so maybe a tiny bit better of an offense just because of the receiver depth. But look at the offense
So
they
wait,
have.
you're telling me Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison were pretty much the same in your book?
No, I'm not saying that. I said the wide receiver depth, and if you let me finish my statement there, Dan.
No.
I think Irv Smith has more potential than Kyle Rudolph if they use him. I obviously think Jay Jettis is better than any wide receiver that was on that team. Jordan Addison probably better than Adam Thielen.
Wow.
Just athletic-wise and what he can do with the football in his hand.
I say give Addison another year before we talk about him comparing to other people like that.
Adam,
In
brother,
terms of
brother, it's
prime.
Adam Thielen.
Yes, but
It's Adam Thielen.
Okay, but even so, like
really
let's
good,
not
though.
let's not disrespect. I love Adam Thielen. I mean, you gotta love the U of M boy going to M, right? But it's Adam Thielen. At the end of the day, it's Adam Thielen. He's a little bit better than Julian Edelman.
But going back
if we're being completely honest,
Going back to what you were saying, though, Justin, in a business point of view, if you look at it, if they don't re-sign Cousins, that is a major potential of losing Justin Jefferson as well.
yes, that's what I was alluding to at the beginning.
okay, so you lose.
So are you going to
lose-
restart your whole offense
So
from
you
there,
lose
though?
Justin Jefferson, and this is all a possibility. Justin Jefferson's, is he really going to hold out the last year of his rookie deal? I doubt it. Looking at it like this, say they drop Kirk Cousins, and maybe next year they lose Jay Jettis. Congratulations, you need to rebuild anyway. Your defense is tattered. The rest of your offense outside of Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, let's be honest, it ain't great. Your offensive line hasn't been good since that 2017 season. You got to put something. And the people over in Minnesota, they're a proud fan base. They're going to root for you if you're 3-13 or 13-3. And yeah, losing the best wide receiver in football would hurt. But at the end of the day, is this Vikings team going anywhere? With the defense that they have, with the quarterback who's proven time and time again that he can't do it in the postseason, and with an offense that revolves around 1.5 players. I doubt it. I doubt it.
I'm going to read this list per PFF. Quarterbacks
Not PFF.
going into... well, they have it divided by position, and I didn't see any other articles divided by position. Anyway, quarterbacks going into free agency. Kirk Cousins is obviously at number one. Take out Baker Mayfield because we know for sure he's gonna stay with the Buccaneers.
Are we sure?
Baker Mayfield signs bare minimum a 2-year deal in
Yes.
Tampa. Shut up.
He's gonna get a Geno Smith-like contract. Anyway, the other quarterbacks on this list, there's 10 of them. Well, actually, no, 9. Wait, no, 8. Sorry, 8. If you're not counting Kirk.
6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Happy New Year!
Blast off. I'm so sorry, I can't math.
Oh my goodness, we forgot to mention poor Mitch Trubisky got cut today.
I know.
Oh,
We were
yes.
going to
Poor
get to that.
Well,
we were gonna
actually,
get
we
to-
could replace him with Baker Mayfield on this list then.
Is
The
it
other
poor Mitch
quarterbacks.
Trubisky, though?
The other quarterbacks are Josh
Mitch,
Dobbs,
man.
Ryan Tannehill, James Winston, Gardner Minshew, Tyler Huntley, Sam Darnold, and Tyrod Taylor. They have Teddy Bridgewater on here, but he retired.
Hang on, wait a minute, hang on. Did you say my boy Jameis Winston?
Famous
I did. It's on this
Jameis.
list.
I was about to say. Okay.
Famous
It's on this
Jameis.
list.
I was about to have a heart attack.
Eating
guy-
dubs.
That guy Jameis Winston eats W's. In case you didn't know.
Oh, yes. I know. That's on this list.
Carson Wentz, who's going to sign him? I'm just kidding.
Bum.
Hey, listen.
He broke both of his ankles.
You are not allowed to say anything terrible about Carson Wentz.
post ACL
Carson
injury.
Wentz
How
is
about
the
that?
only reason that you
Bum post
have
ACL
a
injury.
Super Bowl.
No,
True.
it is
Ah.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles did it in the postseason. Carson Wentz took you to
Exactly.
13-3, brother.
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 He got hurt in
Mr.
like week
Brotherly
13,
Love. How are
brother.
you, Mr. Brotherly Love, how are you not going to make Carson Wentz your brother?
Brother, I said
Brother.
post ACL injury.
There you go.
He broke both of his ankles.
Pre-ACL injury, I love the
Oh, you
man.
mean Carson
Post-ACL
Wentz, your
injury,
brother.
bum.
Brother.
I was on the Pennsylvania train.
The Wentz.
I was.
Pennsylvania?
You had to be. You had to be.
Hey,
Never
guys
heard
are
that
missing.
before.
You guys are missing one of the most important QBs out there.
Minshew Mania.
Ugh. Garner Minshew.
Matt Bitcoin Barkley.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so looking at all these free agent quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins is definitely going to be the most sought after guy.
Yes.
And look at it like this: if you are Minnesota, are you willing to what is probably going to be an overpay for Kirk Cousins to keep him off the free agent market? Because all of the QB needy teams all the teams that think they're just a quarterback away, they're gonna chase Kirk Cousins. It's gonna happen, and they're gonna hand him the bag. Kirk Cousins, maybe he's a Minnesota lover, maybe he's a team man. Brother, if you put that much money in front of my face, I might reconsider my loyalties too, you know?
So you're that kind of person, Justin.
Oh yeah. Don't test me, Chris.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
According to Spot Track, his market value, Kirk Cousins' market value, at least to their algorithm, is $39.3 million as an average annual salary. And most people who are in his position, who are his age, sign for about 3 years.
Yeah.
For an average of 3 years. So you're telling me 3 years, $40 million.
A year?
A year.
I can see a team trying to hand him a lot more than that.
Okay, he's going to be 36 by the time the next season starts.
Mm-hmm.
How long are we thinking he's going to last? Another 2?
I'd
Maybe
say
3?
you get 2 quality years out of Kirk Cousins. Quality.
Probably, yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Because Kirk Cousins, whether you like him or not, whether you think he's terrible or not, he's a gunslinger.
You also got to think
that
about
brother's got a cannon. He's going to launch it down the field no matter how old he is.
Yeah, you also got to think about too, because he is a veteran quarterback and he's still really good at doing all of those things, like you said, Justin. It's just the whole mentorship of how if you're going to draft a quarterback this year, no matter where in the draft for the Vikings, they're going to have a solid mentor for this new guy in Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but you also got to think you also probably have to re-sign Daniil Hunter. There's no way he's second in the league in sacks and you don't re-sign him. And not to mention, you have to fill out that defense with some veteran talent in the free agent pool. Because if you don't, your team is going nowhere. Regardless if you have a good mentor for your possible future quarterback or not, Kirk Cousins is a phenomenal mentor, and I think he can do a lot of things for a young guy. I really do. But the Vikings would have to pay him. They would have to pay defensive players, and they would have to pay a top star in Daniil Hunter. Dan just had a heart attack over something.
I'm gonna add something real quick just because I'm reading all this too. With the whole Justin Jefferson wanting to figure out his whole contract extension thing, based on the quarterback position and the scenario that's going on right now, KJ Osborne is gonna be a free agent as well.
KJ Osborne is the most overrated player in a Minnesota.
No, he is the best slot wide receiver in the league.
That guy KJ Osborne.
Did I read your mind just now, Dan? Talking about KJ Osborne?
That guy
KJ Osborne is the greatest man alive.
That guy KJ
in the slot wide receiver.
That guy KJ Osborne is terrible.
I lost a bet because of that man, and I can't love that man anymore.
That guy KJ Osborne.
Because that man is amazing.
He's about as good. He's about as talented as who? Let me think of a guy who will catch everything on one day and catch nothing the next. Devontae Parker comes to mind.
Yeah.
Kenny Stills comes to mind. Another Kenny Britt comes to mind. Any other modern players?
Yeah, but
DJ Chark comes to mind.
Yeah, but out of all those people, I would still pick KJ Osborne out of all of them.
Why?
Because he's KJ Osborne.
Okay, give me a good reason.
Because he's KJ Osborne. That's the only reason you need.
So it's the name? Is it the name?
No, because he's the best slot wide receiver in the league.
That brother's going to be a free agent, and he ain't going to get signed. I promise you that.
Anyway. I will bet you that KJ Osborne gets signed before Tyler Boyd.
Now that right there is crazy. Are you dumb? Tyler Boyd has been
the best slot wide
Tyler
receiver
Boyd
in the league.
is the best slot receiver in the league. Not because he is a slot receiver because he's not, because he'd be a number 2 on any other team in the league. But just because he's behind Jamar Chase, he's behind T. Higgins, who may or may not get re-signed. And he got thrown in that role after being the number 1 receiver on that team for multiple years in a row, and he proves that no matter where you stick him on the field, you throw him the football, he's going to catch it. Tyler Boyd, I will not handle the injustice, my brother. You shut up. All right?
And you know what? You know what, Justin?
This is great.
KJ Osborne
is terrible. Yes.
Order in the court
not at all.
Is garbage.
Hey. Didn't Dan have a thing with his court music or whatever from Ace Attorney? And whenever we get into a big debate like this,
give me a mallet, my guy. I'm going to send you to prison.
Give me a mallet.
I'm going to send you to
I'm going to tell you right now,
prison.
though, speaking of Tyler Boyd.
Walk the plank!
We got a phone call.
Oh!
We got a phone call coming in.
Let's keep the convo going.
All right, while we get that phone call coming in. We could talk about the wide receiver market on hand.
Yes, that's what I was going to go to.
Outside of trash can KJ Osborne. Anyway, free agent wide receivers.
Words.
He's garbage, Chris. Anyway.
He is not garbage. He is KJ Osborne.
He's terrible.
I will not take the disrespect on KJ Osborne.
He's terrible.
Me and Harrington had this debate a long time ago.
He's garbage.
Before you were ever even thought of.
Thought of is crazy, brother. I want you to know that me as a person
older than you.
Me as a person
correct.
Me as a person older than you, in case you forgot. So, anyway,
I'm on the show, but geez.
Wow.
So, okay. All right.
I'm on the show.
All right, the wide receiver free agent pool. You got Mike Evans, who I think gets re-signed.
Yes.
Odell Beckham, who's probably going to get overpaid again.
Overrated.
Curtis Samuel, Tyler Boyd, Cedric Wilson, who cares? Kendrick Bourne, DJ Chark, Jamal Agnew, who I think the Jags re-signed, Duval, Paris Campbell, Mecole Hardman, Braxton Berrios, and a whole bunch of other mid guys.
Marquise Brown, Michael Pittman Jr., Gabe Davis, Michael Thomas, Darnell Mooney.
Oh, this is in alphabetical order. That makes sense.
This man's just reading.
He said, now I get it now.
Chase Claypool.
Ew.
Bum.
Get him a contract.
Mapletron.
Get him a McDonald's contract.
Get him to go to Tim Hortons.
Nick Westbrook, Akina, Sterling Shepard, Van Jefferson, if you
know who that is.
Yeah, Equanimous St. Brown, if you know who that is. Jamison Crowder's old self. Laquan Treadwell's apparently still in the league.
I mean, we will do it closer when it gets closer to free agency time.
They are saying, though, that the Bengals are most likely just going to franchise tag T. Higgins.
And
so
that's
means
probably
they're
the
not
best.
going to
re-sign
the supposed best slot wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, he's going to go.
He's going to go. KJ Osborne.
He's going to go. He's going to go to a team.
Job.
Tyler Boyd is going to go to a team. He's going to prove that he's one of the.
He's going to prove he's a bum.
Tyler Boyd's going to go out and prove that he is one of the most underrated wide receivers in this league. He's going to go be a number 2.
He's as underrated as Laviska Shenault.
Laviska Shenault is terrible, and I'm a Jags fan, man. Laviska Shenault is garbage.
So is Tyler Boyd. Unless if we're talking when he sent the Bills to the playoffs. That is the only time.
That's when Tyler Boyd's not garbage.
He's not garbage. Okay.
Another great position for free agency is running backs. Like here's the list. I'm still on PFF.
Running backs, you can draft one of those in the 6th round.
But here's the thing.
Wait. Before we start off, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nobody else gets to speak during this because the first running back who is able to be a free agent and who will be signing with the Buffalo Bills at any single moment, right as that clock hits new league year, the King! Derrick Henry! Oh, yeah, baby! The King is coming home! The King is going to put the crown on top of the Bills' head! Oh, baby, I see it! I see the light where the King comes home! Buffalo Bills. Oh, sorry, this isn't a pick. Sorry.
Okay, all right. So am I unmuted, y'all?
Brother.
No.
Okay, well...
so why do you say that, though?
The passion.
Hang on. Let me just intervene. Let me just interweave a little bit. Derrick Henry does not make you any better of a football team.
He is better than Ty Johnson.
You're going to quote-unquote sign Derrick Henry, and you're still going to lose to the Chiefs in the playoffs. But why do you think he chooses to go to Buffalo?
Because... I'm here.
He wants to see Dan.
Because
That's the reason.
quite clearly, I've been this man's supporter for the past 2 years. I picked Tennessee Titans almost every single game.
He has.
Just because of Derrick Henry. I didn't even care about the matchup. I just said Derrick Henry.
He did carry that team.
He does.
His back hurts. That's why he has to go to the chiropractor so much. Carrying that team.
Look, that man is my lifeblood. And I bet he listens to the show. Hi, Derek.
Hi.
So,
Henry.
Look, the other reason, the main reason I think the Bills will sign him, not to just fill my dream of having Derrick Henry in Buffalo, but because he's a big power running back. And that is what the Bills love. Frank Gore. You got
you're gonna
Johnson,
hang on,
Latavius Murphy.
wait.
What?
No way. You just said Frank Gore when you signed him when he was what? I don't
he
know,
was super old.
85.
But hey, he still went to the Jets after.
Brother,
Man signed a man with a cane.
You haven't had a big bruising back who is actually decent since Thurman Thomas.
Jeez.
Right, that's why I'm saying, hey,
Shout
we
out
gotta get
Thurman
back
Thomas.
to it.
I met him.
Oh, cool.
Anyway,
Took out his
free
target
agent running
order.
backs that aren't 30 years old and dying. Josh Jacobs, Tony P., who's probably going to get overpaid. Saquon Barkley, who's definitely going to get overpaid. Austin Eckler, who's also going to get overpaid. Gus the Bus.
Gus the Bus.
Zeke.
Gus the Bus.
Zeke, who probably doesn't get signed. If I'm
Who's
being
signing
completely
Clyde
honest.
Edwards-Helaire?
I was about to say CH.
That
Don't
bum
forget,
of a
we also
human.
have DeAndre Swift, J.K.
DeAndre
Dobbins,
Swift. I'm getting
he's
there.
going to Philly.
I'm getting
No,
there.
he's not on
Devin
the market.
Singletary.
Cam Akers.
Kareem Hunt.
Akers.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Zach Moss.
if I wanted a professional kicker, I'd hire Kareem Hunt. all right?
Exactly. Yo, funny story. My fantasy football league I run with my friends. And we literally named it Kareem's 10 toes because of his punting.
Oh, my God.
Fantastic.
It's amazing.
What a kicker he was.
Shout out.
Yeah, I mean, Rashard Penny, Matt Breida,
Jason
Sal-
McKissick is probably out
Salvin
there.
Ahmed.
He screwed his own career up.
AJ Dillon's a free agent now. I didn't realize,
Quadzilla.
I didn't realize it's been that long. Zach Moss is going to be back on the market.
Antonio
Classic.
Gibson, Matt Breida.
Lynn Bowden
Matt
Jr.
Breida.
Did we say J.K. Dobbins?
Yeah,
I did say J.K. Dobbins.
Okay, I missed it.
But I'm so scared that he's just so injury prone. I'm just scared for any team that signs him. If that makes any sense.
It's crazy. I mean, J.K. Dobbins could be so good, man, if he could stay healthy.
Exactly.
Tell that man to stay healthy.
So terrible. Yo,
Tell that man to stay
J.K.
Go on,
J.K.
Jay.
I'm
if you're-
counting on you.
Stay healthy.
my
J.K.
guy.
Dobbins, if you're somehow listening during your ACL recovery, just know, man, or Achilles recovery, just know, I hope you don't listen to any of Aaron Rodgers' voodoo magic stuff.
I
You
and
don't
I
want to
hope you
hear
get
the
better.
dolphin
You want to hear
noises?
Dolphins, man?
No, not me,
Gotta-
personally.
Joe said that's what he's going to do with his Achilles. We're going to see how it works.
No way.
Let's talk about a specific team that is just loaded with free agency questions, and Justin alluded to it earlier. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Dude.
Mitch
They're in the
Trubisky
market for KJ Osborne.
what?
Brother.
They're in the market for KJ Osborne, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
the
every team's in
Steelers
the market
released
for
Mitch
KJ
Trubisky.
Osborne.
They also released Presley Harvin, their punter.
Oh,
Right.
no way, the
Yeah.
hefty lefty.
They
They got to make that cap space.
No.
not even the cap space. They just got rid of him because he sucked.
Brother, that guy's like triple the size of any other punter in the league. That guy's a unit. He could
The
be a D
Steelers
tackle.
are a
Yeah.
very tough place to play for. Like the Steelers are very like
I mean,
Chris, I don't mean to call you out, but I just know this just from an outsider looking in because my little sister goes to school in Pennsylvania, and every single Pennsylvania sports fan that she has met are crazy.
nuts.
Well,
Wild.
I mean,
Accurate.
I mean, have you ever? Did
I've
you
been to an
watch,
Eagles game.
Did you watch the
Crazy.
Eagles Super
it
Bowl
sounds like an
parade?
experience.
It is
exactly.
an experience.
And when the Eagles lost last year in the Super Bowl, my sister literally locked herself in her dorm room because she was surrounded by Eagles fans.
I wonder
be
what
honest,
happened
I
this
did
year.
not
I wonder
care.
what happened when the Eagles got blown out by the Bucks. I wonder what happened in Philadelphia. Somebody should look into that.
Arson.
Probably a lot of crime.
So true.
Probably a lot of crime.
Yeah, so they released Trubisky, an O-lineman, and Presley Harvin.
I mean, that
Trubisky back to Buffalo?
That's what I was thinking.
Mitch
In all
Trubisky.
honesty, I rather have Trubisky over Kyle Allen any day.
I mean, whoever signs him, they have probably a top 3 backup quarterback in the league.
I'm going to let you know now, too, Mason Rudolph is also hit for free agency this season.
Oh, I mean, congratulations. Take your red nose somewhere, cuz you had a great December. I hope you enjoyed it.
So not only are the Steelers going to try to find a new backup quarterback, but they're also trying to bring in competition for Kenny Pickett. For the starting role.
Yeah, they're going to
AKA most likely Justin Fields, as many people have been thinking was going to happen.
Man, I
don't
really
see why not.
I really hope
I feel like Denver
Bears,
would want too much.
I really hope that the Bears just keep Justin Fields, man. I'm in the ballpark that the we want Fields chance at the end of the season were actually something in Chicago.
I have that feeling.
He finally put something together, and he's doing it with one wide receiver and a pretty he's an above average tight end. I'll give it to Cole Kmet. He's pretty good. But an injury prone backfield, Darnell Money with 2 O's, as much as he is a meme, he sucks. I mean, I don't even know who else was on that team. They had Trace Claypool for like 3 weeks. I don't even know any other receivers on that team. Like, they're bad, man. Go.
KJ Osborne will be on that team.
Bears, I want you to listen, and I want you to listen close. I know you're not, but I want you to listen close. Marvin Harrison Jr. deserves the number 1 overall pick. Take him. Take him. Don't trade down. Don't grab Caleb Williams. Don't grab Drake May. Don't grab anybody else. Go out there and get yourself what's going to be the best receiver duo in the league if it happens in Marvin Harrison Jr. and DJ Moore. That would be nuts.
I keep on thinking that they are going to move away from Justin Fields.
I really hope they don't, man.
He really does have potential. It's just like...
He does. But the main reason I think they will is that he's just not good enough. He is a second half man. He never appears in the first half of the regular season. He always sucks at the beginning. And then he just randomly appears, starts playing his game, and then, oh, look, they're winning games.
Well, that's not entirely true. He's always great in week 1. He's great in week 1, and then he's terrible from weeks 2 to 9.
Okay, well, all right.
Remember when they beat the Niners in week 1? What was it, last year?
Yeah, but that was in like the rain game. That was horrible.
They still beat the Niners.
Okay, but that had some cinematic shots there too, with them
God.
sliding on the field. That was awesome. Gosh. That was awesome.
But I think if you're in the position of Matt Eberflus, however you want to pronounce his name.
Peanut butter fluffin.
Great quote, Chris. Great quote. I think you need a fresh start. I don't think you can keep on going with Fields. I don't think. I mean, they are on the hot seat.
I think if
they draft Caleb Williams, it might grant them.
I mean, the Bears did fire like a majority of their coaching staff.
Well, that's
minus the head coach.
Suck.
I was about to say, I think the Bears just need a fresh start. Get rid of Eberflus. What has he done?
That's what I was thinking.
What has he done?
Since they didn't
and
do
not
that,
to mention the fact that Caleb Williams doesn't want to be a Bear. If he gets drafted by the Bears, it's going to be Eli Manning and the Chargers all over again.
But
Buck.
this is going to be wild because now in the days of social media, like that was back in 2004. Imagine if that was like, imagine if that was in the modern day, the whole world would just blow up with that stuff.
2004. There was social media.
Yeah.
I was there.
MySpace.
I was there.
Oh yeah, MySpace. That's it.
That's still considered social media.
Okay, but
MySpace and Teletubbies. All right.
The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Rice. I'm about to drink something. No.
What was it too funny for you? Anyway, yeah, no, I don't know why they held on to Eberflus. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't showed any real promise as a head coach at all. And the fact that they kept him and they're debating on getting rid of their quarterbacks who's at least shown sparks is unbelievable. And I get Caleb Williams is unbelievable. I do. But you're talking about a guy who wants part ownership of the team that drafts him.
Yeah.
He wants to, 1, not be a Bear, and 2, he seems to have this major attitude issue, and it really didn't come out until this past year at USC.
Yes.
He's got big attitude issues. And I get on the field, you have a phenomenal player, but if in the locker room you're nothing but a head case, you're not going to be anything more to the league than a guy like late career AB, who's just bouncing around no matter how much talent you possess.
Exactly. And like that whole like partial ownership thing is just such a red flag to me.
Yeah, no, right out the gate is crazy.
It's such a red flag because you have no credentials whatsoever in professional sports.
Like imagine if Johnny Manziel, who's also looked at as a fantastic QB prospect, imagine he wants to get drafted and he wants part ownership of the Browns. Imagine if that happens. And then what if Caleb Williams turns out to be nothing more than Johnny Football and has an 8-game start to his career and then gets cut?
Well, Johnny also didn't really do all of the extra work that goes into becoming a professional athlete. Like we all know the clip from the documentary that just goes 0. You know what I mean?
Right.
When it comes to how much film he watched.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like Caleb Williams as a football player. I like watching his tape. I like him as a prospect, but at the end of the day, if you take Caleb Williams, no matter if you're the Bears, if you're Washington, if you're the Patriots, if you're a team that trades up to number 1 with Chicago, you're taking a chance on a guy with a whole lot of ego in his head, no matter how much talent he possesses in his arm, in his legs, in his head. And he's a very, very high IQ quarterback, but at the end of the day, you're risking a lot, and yeah, you do that in the draft no matter what, but it seems right now you're getting real risky with Caleb Williams unless he changes his attitude toward the NFL.
Breaking news.
Whoa.
Chris Jones, during the Kansas City parade, has said he will be back and he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it like this.
It makes sense.
No matter how many, there were so many rumors of like this could be it for the Chiefs, right? If they win. Brother, there's no way. All those vets are going to come back because the story of a three-peat is just too cool not to chase.
Right.
Yeah, and everybody who was saying, oh yeah, if the Chiefs win, Kelsey's going to retire, Chris Jones is going to retire, they're going to leave. Are you dumb? Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Three Super Bowls in a row? Are you crazy? Are you nuts?
Chris Jones is probably like at every single article I've read so far about like free agencies or whatever, Chris Jones is always the top prospect for free agency.
Oh, of course.
And I'm like, Chris Jones is going to stay. So let's update that now before he even signs the contract because we're not stupid. We all know it's going to happen. And he said it right there. So it makes all the sense in the world to me.
Indeed.
So we're actually going to head to a break.
Okay.
We're actually going to take a break for once in our life.
Break.
Wow.
Break.
So weird. But you've been listening to The Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY Buffalo. Buffalo's original alternative since 1982, brought to you by the Buffalo State Student Activity Fee. We'll be right back after these messages. To the Blitz on 91.3 FM WBNY, and this might be the best thing I've ever come back to. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. I make you understand. Yes, welcome back to the Blitz. The Valentine's Day special, or also known as another Single Wednesday. I'm still joined by Chris Jacobell.
Hurt you. What a great song.
And Emma Nosby.
Never gonna give, never gonna give.
Oh, man. I had to do it.
It's a great song.
Oh,
Classic.
one of the best songs ever.
They don't make music like they used to.
No. This man is only known for one song, and he only needs to be known for one song.
Now he's somebody that we used to know.
Don't you dare make me play that. Don't you dare make me play that. I will. But in the spirit.
During the break, we got some breaking news.
Yes.
One
yes,
sad, another sad, but like one that's like majorly sad right now. Shots have been fired at Union Station in Kansas City during the Chiefs parade. We hope that everybody is safe, and we're sending all of our love here from Buffalo, New York, from WBNY.
Yeah, it seems like it came inside of Union Station.
We're just
Because-
hoping for positive news and all good things.
Yeah, hopefully Kansas City, anybody there is safe and okay. That sucks.
Yeah,
Celebration turned into that. That's
Yeah.
just
terrible.
horrible.
And that happens a lot, and it just sucks, and we're just praying and hoping for the best. In other news, the other breaking news that we got over the break, the 49ers are officially moving on from defensive coordinator Steve Wilkes, per Kyle Shanahan during a phone conference.
What an interesting firing. Just a couple of days, Kansas City parade, and then it's like, you know what? I'm watching them have too much fun. I need to fire Wilkes.
And to do it on a loving day.
Yeah, right?
Couldn't just wait.
I know, it's so sad.
I wonder if the 49ers social media team put anything like for Steve Wilkes.
No.
And now it just seems like, oops, maybe you should have waited. Because that, I mean, do you really think he deserved to be fired? I don't know. I can't answer
I just
that
don't
question.
see, I don't see like why.
They haven't posted anything since yesterday.
No. They haven't even wished their fans happy Valentine's Day? What
No.
a bum franchise.
I know, right?
Bum franchise.
The 40 whiners.
So true, Chris. So true. But, I mean, moving on from Wilkes, I think could prove to be a very, I don't know, that could be a really bad decision because
I mean, their defense was great.
their defense was amazing.
I don't know
can't
why you'd
say
move
anything
on.
bad about the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick. I'm just refreshing Twitter right now, just getting updates. Multiple people were shot per the Kansas City police, but no one's died. Thank the Lord. There are some injuries, but the 2 armed people have been taken into custody, so
Oh, that's good.
That's good, yeah.
we're all good on that. Just an update for y'all.
But I
Back
mean,
to football.
Steve Wilkes, man. I mean, what did that
He's-
mean? Did he just call Kyle too soon? Did he just like say, "Hey, Kyle, just checking up"? Shut up, Steve. You're fired.
Yeah.
You know, it could happen. It could have happened. I really don't see why he did so wrong in any way, shape, or form. I mean, they had one of the best defenses. I mean, yeah, they had a tough playoffs, but it's the playoffs. It should be tough. Like, what is the problem here? I don't understand. Maybe we'll figure out whoever they replace him with, you know, whether it's just a internal move or is it somebody external who became open and hasn't gotten a job yet? That's a question. I'm just kind of surprised by a move that seems pretty stupid. And for a coach that has gotten a lot of backlash in the past couple of days, I don't think this was the right time for a stupid move.
Yeah, it's way too soon.
I mean, you could say maybe they gave up a lot of rushing yards. I mean, Pacheco did run all over them like he was on a treadmill the whole time. But, I mean, besides that, I don't see much. I thought the D was pretty physical. They got a lot of pressure. They got a lot of sacks. You have Nick Bosa.
Yeah, I was gonna say they led the league in passing defense.
I mean, you have Nick Bosa, Chase Young, and Randy Gregory. You're going to have production.
Exactly.
And Jordan Hargrave in the middle, which is hello. I mean, really, I think maybe what proved to be his undoing is that when the injuries happened, they weren't prepared enough, or maybe they just. I mean, I don't really know what to expect right now, but I'm excited to see San Francisco's future with them finding a defensive coordinator.
I was gonna say, who would you hire? Like, if just one of the top people in mind, who would you want to hire?
Leslie Frazier.
No, he was already.
He's already hired by somebody, Seattle.
Seattle, yeah.
Who is a defensive coordinator who would be out there? Because
definitely not.
I mean, if you could pry him away from Cleveland, even though you probably won't, is Jim Schwartz.
No, Schwartz is gonna stay.
Shout out Schwartz.
I mean, who knows? I mean, at least San Francisco is I would say probably has a better chance as winning a Super Bowl than Cleveland. And that's why he left to go to Philly, I feel. Like he wanted to go to Philly to go get a ring, go chase a ring, which isn't bad. I mean, really? First name that pops into the head now? Are you reading what I'm about to say?
Riverboat Ron?
No. Rex frickin' Ryan.
Oh my god.
Ryan.
Oh.
Rex and Robbie.
My god.
Rex and Robbie come back.
Bruh. Nah. Riverboat Ron. Yeah.
Has anyone picked him up yet, or is he still
No.
out there?
No, he's still out there.
That's kind of interesting.
Because it was originally, everyone was like, oh, he's going to go to Dallas. And then
Yeah, then they signed
Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
A name we haven't heard in a couple of years now.
I really hope that they don't decide to look Buffalo's way and say, hey, Al Holcomb, why don't you come?
Nope.
It could actually be, it wouldn't be Eric Washington because he got a job with
The Bears.
Yeah. But it would be Butler, the corners coach.
Ooh.
That might be a move for San Francisco. That might be a smart move because their secondary is known to struggle from time to time. San Francisco's.
Yeah, but it's also a very young secondary, too.
It is, but if it is that young, I think you would want Butler as your defensive coordinator, or at least have some role in it, because, I mean, he tweeted out his own stats. I mean, he developed Trey White. He helped, at least had some input with Poyer and Hyde, I would assume. He's worked with, I mean, really the only bust he's had in his tenure with the Bills is Elam. He's gotten really good with Benford, Dane, Levi. I mean, like, all of those guys, even Rasul, I don't think gave him a problem.
I honestly hope for Kyer Elam's sake, because I was one of those people who really wanted Trent McDuffie, and then the Chiefs traded up to get him.
And then we had to trade up to get Kyer.
Ironically, with the Patriots, I felt like that was a stab in the back.
Yeah.
But for my sake, just because, like, just for Elam's sake, because I do see the potential there. I just really hope that next year, especially with, the possibility of Trey leaving and stuff like that he steps up and becomes a solid, at least backup for now, because we already know that it's going to be Rasul and Dane.
Mike Pettin. He's out there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's the assistant head coach to Minnesota right now. I mean, those are just a couple of names that are out there. I mean, some of the names on this website are already hired, like Chris Shula,
Mm-hmm.
So I think you got a couple of good names that you can go with. Now, what I really wanted when I played Never Gonna Give You Up. Best thing I've ever come back with. You know what?
So good. It's such a good song.
You know what? Screw it.
You gotta play it again.
Encore.
Of course.
Yes!
Encore.
Of course. There's an ad.
Pulled it up through YouTube, not through.
Imagine
You don't
not
have it on
having
Spotify.
ad blocker.
I didn't feel like going on Spotify right now. Okay.
Sigh.
Gotta
I
download
use
that ad blocker,
YouTube.
Dan.
That's just me, man. There. Okay. This is how I feel about the Sabres right now. And maybe this is just for one game because we're going to the game tomorrow. All three of us actually will be going to
Yes,
the game,
we
and then the one who's not here, Frank, wherever he may be.
Yeah,
Frank.
Justin
Frank.
unfortunately is not coming, but he'll be there in spirit.
Right.
Harrington's gonna be there too, right?
He actually won't be.
What?
He'll be at Pottstown. He has a hockey game.
Oh, yeah.
Or
there you
no,
go.
not Pottstown, Plattsburgh.
I was about to say.
Sorry,
I was like,
Plattsburgh.
didn't we just learn about that?
Yeah, that's true. That's why it was in my head.
I was like, whoa,
That's a town in Pennsylvania.
What a coincidence.
But this is how I feel about the Sabres right now. I really, after last night's game, I don't know what changed in me. But I was like, you know what?
Hope.
I'll stick it out with you. I'll never leave you, Buffalo. I'll never...
I think you can say that
switch.
about any Buffalo sport, you know? You, grow up with it.
Right,
and
right.
It's like, I'm never...
I mean, really, I have had thoughts about switching teams, at least in the NHL. Like, serious thoughts, because I'm
okay,
done
hockey,
with
I can see that.
depressing.
Football, hell no.
No. No, that for sure. I'm not changing anytime soon.
No way.
But Buffalo, Florida, tomorrow. And what an exciting game it's going to be. I cannot wait for Casey frickin' Middlestat to go Middlestat mode with Ukko, Pekka, Luukkonen in net. And then you got a little bit of Chris Giacobello on the side.
I'm going to be in the stands, Stan.
You're going to be in two places at once.
Like Travis
the
Kelce.
Matrix.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the Pfizer
There's
guy.
a glitch in the system.
Now back to two places at once.
But, I mean, I actually feel excited. Like, they could win the game. I mean, I alluded to it at least before, or at least somebody mentioned it, where Florida plays tonight against Pittsburgh, and then they come to Buffalo tomorrow.
Yeah, Justin.
Which is great, because for a team that good, I would like to face them on a doubleheader.
Especially because the Penguins are literally in the same exact position as the Sabres are in terms of standings, but in their own conference, division, with the Metropolitan Division.
Yeah, but their division sucks.
You got a point, but here's the thing, though. The Pittsburgh Penguins have a 23-19. 23-19! They have a 23-19 record.
Well, it's even funny,
Please
too.
tell me you got that reference.
Yes, I did.
Thank you so much.
And it's funny, too, because the Penguins still have, like, 3-4 games on everybody in their division. So I really hope they play their hearts out.
True. They're close. They have the same amount of wins as the Capitals, and the Islanders are 22-18.
Islanders just have way many more OT losses. They have 13 OT losses.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
that is
compared
nuts.
to 7 for the Penguins.
And compared to the Sabres, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great system.
Lovely.
You know, it is funny. Joe DiBiase did tweet out what it would look like if the Sabres or the NHL went to a 3-2-1 point system.
Oh, okay.
The Sabres would be 1 point out of a wild card at 70 points.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Can
only dream.
On this Valentine's Day.
Imagine all the people. Okay.
Literally, I thought of that too.
Yeah.
Shout out John Lennon.
Exactly.
Why aren't you on The Voice yet, Dan?
Clearly, I cannot sing. Clearly.
I beg to differ.
Chris, save your nice comments for Frank tomorrow. Look, I know funny. Frank's not here, and that's why you're sending the nice comments my way.
Y'all gotta remember, like, some of my friends are gonna be there tomorrow too.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and we're all meeting up.
Now, so are all your friends except one, because you have told us one is a Panthers fan?
Yes.
Are the rest of them Sabres fans?
Essentially. I mean, they're not big, like, hockey people. Like, we're all more about football. But honestly, like, any kind of sport, like, we're down to clown, doing whatever. Like, last summer, like, a bunch of us took a weekend trip to Cleveland, and we went to a Guardians game, and that was super fun to watch, and not all of us are big baseball people.
We're going to Toronto. No, I don't know yet. We could, in all honesty. I mean, there have been multiple Blitz generations talking about, hey, let's do a trip somewhere, and then we just never do it. We just never do it.
Nah, man, that stuff costs money.
I know. And like Justin said in a text yesterday, I'm broke.
Yeah. Yet Sabres tickets are literally going right now for $20.
Yeah, we're back to horrible depression tickets. I love it.
Cheap tickets. Woo.
Every second.
Yes.
It was so funny. I looked at the Game Time app while the Kings game was going, like 30 minutes after. There were tickets going for $1. $1.
Serious?
Well, the Panthers had tickets going for like 50 cents or some crap like this.
That was Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh my God, sorry. I keep forgetting there's two Panthers.
Two Panthers,
teams
no. Trust me, I just know we're on Florida, and I just wanted to make it clear.
Context. Thank you, Dan.
But I mean, I can even go on Game Time right now. Right?
Shout out Game Time.
Game Time's great.
Shout out.
Great app. Great everything about it. 300 level seats. Cheapest right now, $14.
Wow.
Granted, I bought our tickets, at least mine, Frank's, and Chris's, because I read Emma's text wrong. That was a fun day.
That's fine.
They were only $53.
I'm still going.
In
My friend Dylan just bought the tickets today, so I am officially going.
Oh, wow.
Whoop-de-doo. We got them for like $31.
Yeah, I know.
$31 only. That's wild.
I know we got ours for 53 each, so that was nice. Trust me, I'm good at... Okay, you have never heard this story, and nobody will ever speak of this story, whether you are listening or whether...
You really think that's going to happen,
What
buddy?
happens in the
Probably
Blitz
not.
stays in the Blitz.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Florida. Whatever happens in Florida stays in
I
Florida.
thought it was Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. I thought it was Vegas.
I don't care. You know, Florida's crazy enough that should apply
You know
too.
what? That's valid.
But when I graduated high school, my parents gave me an option of either A, you have a normal graduation party, or B, we go to New York City and we see Yankees games. And I said, of course, we are going to New York City. I don't want no bum party. No, thank you.
Bum party.
Listen, my graduation party, I rented out a water slide. That was awesome.
Yo, that's fun. Okay,
Exactly.
that's cool.
That's all that I've wanted since I was like 12 when my next door neighbor did it. And I'm like, yo, that's so cool.
That's all I want in life now.
Was a water
Give
slide.
me a water slide.
Was a water slide
Life
for my grad
complete.
party. That's it.
But
Continue.
we used to get the Yankees tickets, we would buy like the highest up, whatever, cheapest. They were like $20 a ticket up at the highest, which I think their highest is 300 level as well, but I just had to remember correctly. But then using Ticketmaster, we would find seats that were open, go to those seats, and then act like we had the tickets for those seats. And one time, and this
Wait
is
a
a
minute,
great
so you're
story.
telling me that you'd never even bought tickets, you just like went?
No, we bought tickets.
Oh.
We bought tickets that were cheap. But we looked at like the 100 level and we used what people haven't sold off yet.
Oh.
And we went to the seats. And I remember me and my parents getting asked one time, and this only happened once, which is why this story is so great. And he's asking for tickets because it's a very like nice area. It's right behind home plate. And it's just one of the workers. And he's like, hey, can I see your tickets? And I go, yeah, I'm not really getting good Wi-Fi right now. I can't really pull up the tickets. And he's like, oh, well, why don't you guys come back with me and we'll get your tickets situated and everything. I'm like, no, we'll stay here. It's okay. We have our tickets. We know where we're supposed to be seeing. And, it's funny. My parents were kind of giving up at the point, and my parents started moving to go to our actual seats. And I told the guy, we aren't moving. I have the tickets on my phone. Complete lie. And we are going to sit here because we paid money for these. I'm sorry if my phone is not loading up the tickets right now. He let us sit there. He said, I'm so sorry, sir. Yes, sir. You get to sit there. I'm so sorry.
That is amazing.
So thank you. Yes.
Double D Dan Dale, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Thank you.
Putting on a show.
I do.
That's what you got to do.
I never did acting, but, that was probably my proudest performance.
That's amazing.
Ever. And you know what? I will never forget that day. I will never forget that day as long as I live.
You should be proud of that, man.
I am.
You took a stand. Dan took a stand.
I did. I did.
But I'm not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper. Great, Chris. Great. So, I'm actually getting back to at least Sabres. We're going to do score predictions because we usually do those, but we haven't done them in a while. And I'm going to start it off. And Frank, I hope you're listening. I really hope you're listening to this part because either he will either replay this for the rest of my life and use this as like, wow, you were such an idiot at that moment. Or B, I am going to look amazing for the rest of my life and I will play that every time Frank tries to argue with me. I am guessing that the score at the end of the game tomorrow will be Sabres 5, Florida 2.
See, that's funny you say that because I was thinking 4-2 Sabres.
Wow. I mean, knowing me too, though, giving Sabres a prop to win, that's shocking.
But I think after their performance last night, it definitely changed my opinion about what's going to happen. So that is definitely, I had a feeling it was probably going to be, closer of a game. But I feel like after yesterday, they probably, are going to, tweak everything that they did yesterday.
uplifting spirit. The
I was
winning
going to say,
record.
is Bryson going to be playing? Is he
He
going to be
is.
starting?
He has to.
Let's go.
Jacob Bryson will be playing. Either Olsen or Robinson will be playing. We still don't know that.
Is UPL going to be in that?
I hope so, because Tanner Saunders has also, we talked last night, and he said he has given me the blessing and the task of every time UPL makes a save, I must yell Luke as loud as I can and try to get it on MSG.
Oh my gosh!
I have to try to get it on air every time he makes a save.
I cannot wait for this.
So
we're gonna get the whole stadium
probably
to say
by
it.
the end. I mean, it didn't help that I did the Derrick Henry rant because my voice is already like partially shot just from that. It seems. But I'm either going to be able to barely talk Friday, or I'm not going to talk at all Friday, and I'm going to ask off from the show because, if I can't talk, I can't.
You can't do the show.
That's pretty obvious. I would hope.
You can at least hang out with us, right?
Maybe.
You can have
I'm
an
kidding.
AI.
I will.
You can have an AI talk for you, Dan.
Chat
Connect it
GPT.
to the aux and be like, "This is my voice for today."
You know what? I gotta get this set up just in case if it does happen.
No days off for Dan.
Ooka, back, Luke in it.
Oh no.
It's not playing.
He's not playing.
Hi, everyone.
That you got it right there. Now you have to come if even if you lost your voice, Dan, you have to come.
That's so funny.
You have to.
My name is Dan.
That's how you're gonna be talking the whole
show.
show. That's how you're gonna be talking.
Oh my god.
I'm never going to be able to talk. Like, quite literally, I'm going to be like, hey, can I talk?
You're just going to raise, it's like class, you're going to raise your hand.
No, but it's going to be like literally a 2-minute long paragraph. He's just going to rapidly text through his phone.
It's going to have to be that way if I'm going to do this.
The process of Dan needing to speak for that episode.
Look, somebody's got to learn sign language for one day.
Oh my God.
And we'll have somebody interpret what I'm saying,
That's so funny.
Oh, man.
Don't yell too loud, Dan. I know it
Like
might be
tonight
That might be
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Save your voice. Drink some hot tea.
Drink some hot tea.
Hot
great.
tea with lemon. See, I sang in high school and partially
so
middle school.
you have the knowledge.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Joe Cali.
Miss him every
And
day.
he hates when I mention this because one of the funniest stories. We both work at Odyssey, if anybody listening does not know. And one of our first times working there and learning the board on WBEN, we were working with Josh Schmidt, who at that time ran the Bowerly Show. He was the producer for the Tom Bowerly Show. And, Josh introduced us to Tom. We met Tom in person, and he wanted to figure out something about us since we're new. What makes you interesting? And I went off my Boy Scout rant, like having Eagle, having all the merit badges, having no life probably for a good 7 years.
Period.
No, I'm kidding. I had a life. It was a great time being in Scouts. But Joe actually used to be a singer, like actually professionally. I think he said he went on American Idol.
Really?
Yeah, he at least auditioned. And, I still probably have the recording.
Ah!
And
Is it on YouTube?
No, it's not on YouTube, but Tom asked Joe if he would sing on air. He did Fly Me to the Moon.
Aw.
Oh,
And it was really good.
For this Valentine's Day,
It works.
I feel like we should listen to it.
You know what? Give me a couple
in
minutes.
honor
Let's
of Joe
go.
Cali.
You know what?
Let's go.
If I can find it within the depths of my email,
Oh yeah.
because
Not the depths.
trust me, I gotta go search in here
Into the archives.
because I get a lot of emails. I'm important. No, I'm just kidding.
You are important, Dan. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I had to think about it. I can't speak English. What is English?
Let's
What
see.
is English, Chris Jacobello?
I don't know. It's a language that's just made up.
Yeah.
It's a made up language.
Everything is made up. Oh.
Up. I think. Or wait, did he just send it to Joe?
Get into some philosophy stuff. What?
I may only have my part actually listening.
Well,
I don't know.
It does not matter. Whatever you can give us on this lovely Valentine's Day 2024.
Because after this, I got a little bit of a game.
Okay.
Not a complete game, but it's a little bit of a game. Okay, I gotta find a spot here.
In the sea,
this is Joe Kelly.
You know how I feel.
Oh, I'm sorry. He did not Fly Me to the Moon.
Running free. You know how
this is Joe Kelly.
Joe Kelly.
He's got a voice
right now, and he's like, Dan, shut up, shut up.
You know, he said he would probably call at some point, which is why
it's today the day.
And I'm feeling good.
Like he did.
I see you, boy.
I mean, he always says he got forced to do it. He never got forced to do it.
Deep down,
I know he made the choice
to do it. He probably felt forced.
I need to show my talent. But we told him
multiple times. Me, Josh, and Tom told him, "Hey, if you are uncomfortable doing this, you do not have to do this. Like this is just an option." And he's like, "No, I can do it." So no, Joe, you weren't forced ever. We still have that debate till this day. It will never end. But I'm glad I actually found that. That is funny that I still have that.
Shout out Joe Kelly.
Joe Kelly's amazing.
Woo.
He is.
He is.
What a king. True king.
I know. Well. Oh,
we got it.
I think that might be him.
Wait, what?
Is it?
WBNY.
Gotta keep the conversation going.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
It is Joe. Joe. What a goat. What a guy.
Okay.
I only met him for one semester, but God, I wish I was here earlier.
This is
we
wild.
got him on hold.
It is true. It is Joe Kelly. Hi, Joe.
Hello.
Joe.
Oh my God.
Joe tried to. Okay, funny story, and Joe will probably get into this story. Joe called in once. Emma, in the exact seat you are sitting, there is a time that during break he moved out of my shot. Like I cannot. If you move towards the door, I cannot see you if I'm looking straight.
Okay.
He called the station, acted like somebody else, put on an accent, got on air, got through me, and he's like, Dan, it was a prank all along. I just look inside, and I'm like, why do I hear two Joes? Like, why do I hear double, like, why? And then I look, and he's just on his phone. And he said, now every time I am producing, he's going to try to get past me and prank me again.
That's so funny.
Isn't that right, Joe?
You're an idiot. It's me.
I knew it was you. That is the whole point, Joe.
No, Dan, it's me. You.
Oh my God, it's Frank.
You thought
you're an idiot.
Frank's not gonna go to the game anymore.
Wait, did Joe put you
Frank? Frank the Tank Lopez is here, everybody.
What is happening? I got pranked again. Oh,
I am deceased.
Jesus Christ.
Dan walked out of the studio.
Frank didn't want to show up, but he'll call in.
My
That's
God,
so crazy.
Dan just walked out of the studio, everybody.
You went on this whole little tangent about how you got Joe this time. Yeah, it's me.
You quite literally sounded like Joe to me.
He just said you don't matter, Frank. I want you to know
to me
that.
as Joe. He actually sounded like Joe to me.
Frank, since you're here, what are your thoughts on tomorrow's game?
Alcohol, and I'm punching a kid.
Sergei Bobrovsky's getting chased out of the net. Heard it here first.
Sergei should be in net.
And he's getting chased out.
Facing the best goalie in the NHL, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen!
Oh, jeez, we just broke everybody's eardrums.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
Bobby.
Boo.
Frank Lopez, ladies and gentlemen.
He's gone.
Matthew Tkachuk is going to have a 2-point night. Sam Reinhart will continue his scoring streak, and he's going to score. And yeah, the Panthers win. Like, there's no like.
But what's the actual final score? Like, what do you have in your mind?
4-2.
8-1 Sabres.
8-1 Sabres. Yes, Chris.
Chris, the hockey expert, Jacobello, everybody.
Heard it here first. That's your FanDuel.
Chris, do you need a jersey?
Yeah, you want to bring me one? I'll dead wear a Florida jersey if you bring it.
Chris.
You think I'm joking?
Chris is going to pull up with a
No,
fly.
I don't
have any hockey stuff, okay?
You don't even have a Flyers jersey?
Hockey like that. No, I don't
I have a Sabres jersey if you want it.
I only talk high about the Flyers just to get Frank on
Is there a Jack Eichel jersey that you have?
I have a Jack Eichel, and then I told you I got the William Butcher jersey that I got for Benny the Butcher.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get yelled at, though, if I'm wearing an Eichel jersey. I feel like I get
you would
yelled
be
at.
better off wearing the Will Butcher one.
True.
Or I have one of my reverse retro Florida Panthers jerseys. Now, which one? You can make your decision, but
Okay, Frank, great talking to you. Talk to you about
Yeah, no, guys, long-time listener, first-time caller, just want to... How was the show today, guys? I wasn't really listening. I was kind of doing...
Wow, that's rude.
Okay.
Imagine.
With that,
my guy doesn't
goodbye.
even show the love. That's crazy.
I just hung up on him.
And he hung up on it.
I have hung up on Frank. Now, while I listen to the show, fine. If you knew I listen to the show, why'd you call in? Yeah. I got a game anyway.
All right, let's play. We got 15 minutes. Let's play.
It should be enough time. Okay. All right. Let's get this up here. So, when you think of NFL, what is the first thing that comes to mind?
Rig.
Well, yeah. What is the first object that you drink at a football game or...
Water.
Alcohol.
Water.
Apple juice.
Oh, my God.
A juice box.
Smoothies.
Oh, my God. I have to turn off my phone or else my friends are going to message me too much. But there has been an official drunkest NFL fan base.
I saw that.
Ranking.
Me too.
Yes,
Yeah,
on
me
Twitter.
too.
All right.
What was this through again?
This is from GPA Football. Let's see.
Oh, yeah,
It was
follow that
done
guy.
by BAC Track,
Okay.
which is a breathalyzer app.
I was really surprised on the teams who are at the top, to be honest.
Yes, me too.
So you better not be looking at it.
I'm not.
Okay, good.
But I saw it earlier.
So
I saw it earlier too, but I don't really remember.
I remember who was the top one.
I remember who was one of the bottom ones.
So there are only two teams that don't have numbers, which could mean they're sober, which why these two fan bases would be sober is
because they've
questionable.
suffered way too much.
Can you guess which two teams do not have a number? And I will give you a hint. They're in the AFC.
I think one was Jacksonville.
Yeah,
That is
the one
correct.
is Jacksonville. Justin.
Shout out Justin Duval.
That is true.
God, who's the other one?
You said they're both in the AFC, correct?
Both in the AFC.
Okay.
I think I remember.
I mean, if you want to put it out there, man.
Viva Las Vegas!
I'm
You're
gonna
wrong.
say Denver.
Wrong.
Okay.
Baltimore?
Nope. They're close. They're close.
Close
to Buffalo.
Jets. It was the Jets.
It was the Jets.
Really?
Somehow
Yeah,
the
I
Jets
remember.
are cold stone sober.
Well, yeah,
But how do you
because
get
their
the
team
Giants?
went.
Like, how do you get the Giants but not the Jets?
Right, yeah,
How
that
does
is
that make
questionable.
Their
sense?
team went down the drain after Aaron tore his Achilles.
Look, did they just say butt fumble? We're gonna stop drinking now.
Butt fumble.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh my
What
God.
a great... Mark Sanchez will
Oh,
forever
good
be
Lord.
lived on.
The Bills ended up in the middle of all that, correct?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Wasn't Buffalo like 0.7 something?
No. We're gonna go through the rankings,
Okay.
and I want you to guess the least sober team. They're in the AFC. We're gonna go from bottom up. I will give you conference, and if you are struggling that much, I will give you division, and then I will give you a player. No points, because this is just fun.
Okay.
We're having fun.
Yes, we are.
Exactly, we're having fun. So this first team is in the AFC.
So we're going lowest?
Lowest.
Okay.
Lowest
So
highest,
who
okay.
do you think has the lowest?
In the AFC?
In the AFC. This is the lowest overall, but this team's in the AFC.
Chargers.
Hold on.
Kind of close.
So I was incorrect on that.
You were incorrect, but you're close. In some way, shape, or form, you were close.
Broncos.
No.
Vegas.
No.
It's not the Chiefs, that's for damn sure.
You better recheck that.
Is it really?
It is the Chiefs.
What?
At 0.051%.
Bro, after what we saw Jason
That's
Kelsey go through
crazy.
after the Super Bowl? Hello? That's
I
odd.
know, it's crazy. I didn't
That
think the
is
Chiefs
so
would be
weird.
the lowest.
Who did I breathalyze?
Good question. They said they did data from over 28,000 tests. And then they matched each anonymous observation to their NFL team to determine the fans that drink the most. So they probably went to the stadium and said, oh, you're a fan of them. Okay, let's
Like, I
breathalyze
guess.
you if you're okay with that.
Yeah, that seems like a very
Yeah, but imagine being
odd
asked to get
method to go about your study.
Yeah.
at a game.
Now, the next two teams are tied at 0.058%. And they're both in the same division in the NFC.
Panthers?
No. That is not one of them. Honestly, if you're a Panthers fan, you should be
drinking, honestly.
Vikings and Bears.
No.
Never mind.
New Orleans?
No. Not in the South, not in the North. You got two
Seattle.
divisions left.
The Seattle one?
No.
Nope, never mind. I'm taking that back. Nope.
I mean-
Giants and Cowboys.
I was going to reference that Chris didn't mention them, and yes, one of them is the Giants, but the Cowboys is not right.
The Giants.
So Giants and Commies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giants and Commanders.
Commies.
Commies.
Then there's only one other team that's under 0.06.
Jeez.
And this team's in the AFC. A pretty good team in the AFC, I do say so myself. They went pretty far in the playoffs.
Houston.
No.
Baltimore.
Yes. Baltimore is fourth from last,
Maryland.
which is shocking to me.
This whole list is shocking to me.
Yeah. Now, this team, which is next, first team over 0.06, 0.062 exactly. They are in the AFC, and sorry, the music cut out and I got scared. And they are in the AFC. You might have mentioned them before. You might have mentioned them once or twice. Well, trying to name another
Denver.
team. No.
Vegas.
No.
Los Angeles.
There you go.
Yeah!
The Chargers.
Process of elimination, baby.
Now, the next two are again tied in the same division, which you have mentioned before, in the NFC.
Vikings and Bears.
That is spot on.
Let's go!
0.063.
I'm glad we're not doing points.
Nah,
It
this is
makes
pure
no
fun
sense
on
to
this
do
Valentine's
points.
Day.
It makes no... Look, when you're thinking Valentine's Day, you're thinking wine. So it fits in right with...
I love wine.
Exactly. So it fits in with being drunk.
What is wine?
Grapes crushed up to make liquid.
I'm just kidding, Dan.
It's the Catalina
You
Wine
asked.
Festival.
The Catalina wine mixer.
Now, the next three
What a...
are in the NFC. No correlation between them. But they're all within, at least two of them are tied. One of them is 1% lower. 0.001.
Arizona.
Spot on. Oh! Arizona at 0.064, which is right after the Bears.
Atlanta.
No. You had mentioned one of these teams before.
The Cowboys.
You said...
Correct.
Oh.
Cowboys is correct. 0.65. Now there's
So
one more
weird.
NFC team. which I'm kind of surprised by this too.
The Lions.
Correct.
Yeah.
The
It's
Lions.
all based on vibes, man.
Now, there's only one AFC team tied with the Cowboys and Lions.
Cincinnati.
No.
Cleveland.
Close. They're close on the rankings. No, not Cleveland.
Denver.
No.
The Titans.
No.
New England.
No.
Houston.
No.
Indianapolis.
No.
Vegas.
I'm so disappointed. No.
The Dolphins?
No.
Pittsburgh.
No, you're going to go every other team before you pick them.
That's the point.
Emma's so lost.
I'm
It's
like
so
just
funny.
so confused about this listing in general. Like it's just
It's so funny
weird.
because we have a bunch of logos of them around here.
The list is all over the place. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Is it us? Oh my god.
It is the
That
Bills.
is so weird.
It is so low.
I know, you would think they'd be up there.
Especially with the pit sacrifices.
Exactly. You would think we have
Fell
the most
into
wildest
the
fans,
pit.
but we're not the most drunk fans. So we're really just more wild than drunk.
Yeah.
Now, the next team you guys have mentioned in the AFC, kind of within that rotation. One of you said them during the, you said like every AFC team. They're in the North.
Man.
The Browns?
Cincinnati.
No, Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
Cincinnati, correct at 068. Now we get to the best number in the world, the funny number, at 069.
Nice.
Very nice. And one team is from the AFC, and one team is from the NFC. And the only thing they probably have in common is that they're pretty dang new.
Panthers.
That is one.
Texans.
That is the other.
There you go. Oh, I know my history. Ah.
But yes, they are both at the funny number. Good for Carolina. They need something to be funny about their franchise. Now, there's a three-way tie for this next number at .070. Two are NFC, one is AFC. Two of them are really good, one of them is very bad.
Tampa.
No. And Frank just got offended because he's probably listening.
That's the bad one, right?
Miami.
Nope.
Green Bay.
Nope.
No.
Detroit. No.
No,
We
you
already
already
said that.
said
It was already on the list. Crap.
Two really good.
San Fran.
One of them is San Francisco.
New England.
Nope. Let's just say we have a representative of the other team. One of the other teams.
Philly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is right next to San Francisco, and then the AFC
Go
team
figure.
that sucks.
Denver.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm getting too excited about a very ridiculous list.
It's a great list to have. Next one.
We
one
love seeing who's the most drunkest.
Exactly. One NFC, one AFC. Correlation? Not much correlation between them.
You said one AFC, one NFC?
One
Mid-tier
AFC, one
teams,
NFC.
Top-tier teams. Would you say they're mid-tier teams?
I would say they're
Green
pretty
Bay.
mid.
They're pretty mid.
They're pretty mid.
Green Bay.
No.
Crap.
Cleveland.
Yes. Cleveland is mid.
Ha!
And then we got Minnesota.
No.
Darn.
We already went
New
over
Orleans.
Oh, we
Minnesota.
did.
No.
Tampa.
No.
Atlanta.
No.
Rams.
No.
Seahawks.
Yes.
Whoop-de-doo.
There you go. Then the next one are both tied at 0-7-5, both NFC teams. And they have one pretty good common thing in between them, and that's a quarterback.
Gosh, who is the quarterback in the NFC?
They have a pretty good
New Orleans
relation-
Saints.
No.
Green Bay. Oh, wait, no.
Let's just say the quarterback played for both of these teams. Who is active.
It's not Seahawks because we just mentioned Geno.
And they're both NFC teams.
How much time do we have left?
A minute.
Oh my god, that's a lot. Pressure.
You know, it's just crazy because I already forgot who we went through.
Just think of a guy who just called in.
Tampa.
Oh, freaking Tampa.
Tampa and who? Who is Baker?
LA Rams.
Yes, correct. So the next three are tied. One of them is mid. Two of them are really bad. All three are tied at 0-7-8.
Atlanta.
No.
New Orleans.
No.
Indianapolis.
No.
Pittsburgh.
No. One's pretty close to here. One you guys have mentioned a lot.
Vegas?
Yes, Vegas.
You said one's?
One's pretty close to here, and one is known for their drinking. One AFC, one NFC.
It's not Buffalo, unfortunately.
Nope.
It's not Kansas City.
Drawing a blank.
Nope. You've said both of these teams at some point, probably.
It's hard to remember all of them there. Arizona? No, not Arizona.
No. One's in the East, and one's in the Midwest.
Patriots.
Yes. Patriots are the East.
I already said Steelers.
This team has no owner.
Oh, Green Bay.
There you go. This team is the only one with this number, 0-7-9, and they're in the AFC, and we know them pretty well.
Miami.
Yep. Then NFC South team.
Atlanta.
We're just going to go rapid fire now.
Rapid fire.
No.
New Orleans.
Yes. Next one is an NFC South team.
Atlanta.
There you go.
Yes.
They're at 0-8-5. Saints were at 0-8-0. One's in the AFC South.
Indy.
That is correct, at 0-8-5. AFC North, last team that you have not named.
Steelers.
Correct, 0-8-8. And then the highest, the most drunk fan base in the NFL is an AFC South team.
Tennessee Titans.
The Tennessee Titans.
Wow.
And I think the reason for it is because there aren't that many.
I was going to say because they're losing Derrick Henry.
I would like to say that
oh my God.
A Titans fan did reply to this on Twitter and said, Titans fans and Colts fans finally united about something.
I was going to say, I feel like Colts fans, like the majority of that's going to be with Pat McAfee and the boys.
Right.
For sure.
All right. That is the end of the show.
It is.
It is.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah. Even if you're alone, spending it with your dog.
Yes, that's what I'll be doing.
That's probably me too. Chris, give out the social and any shout out that you want to give. Mr. I'm happy.
Okay. You can follow me at X or Twitter, whatever you still like to call it, at CJacobello17. Got Champions League back, so we'll be tweeting those live games.
You do that.
Yeah, I love my soccer, man.
They're really good. I give you credit for doing those.
Thank you.
Emma?
Oh, me. Sorry. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Emma Nospe, K-N-O-S-P-E. That is how you spell my last name. No caps, no spaces, no none.
Don't follow Frank because he's a Panthers fan. If you follow him, you are saying the Panthers are going to beat the Sabres. So, no, don't do it. You can follow me on X at _D_WNY. Have a great Wednesday. You know, just drink to your heart's content. Have fun. What can you do? We'll see you, and hopefully my voice will be okay on Friday. See y'all later.